are going to be or brake pedal from the front. And they're the ones that are like the last to develop. So like when I'm dealing with developmental issues, I got these kids that part of the brain is not going to develop for years and years, right? Even in their teen years or the end of their teen years. And so I got to speed up that process. I got to work with the brake pedal itself, but then I've also got to go ahead and step up the circuitry in the front so that it will assist feeding back. Because when they're freaking out all over the office, you know, you'll notice as we start doing our work, they start slowing down, calming down, right? Mm-hmm. Well, what we're going to do here, and this is where the compulsive thoughts and you know, difficulties with shutting down, you know, thoughts and that movement disorders. And what's at the very most difficult of the movement disorders?
Stopping.
Dystonia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stopping the movement, but the worst of it is dystonia.
Of course it is.
Yes, and so what we're going to do, your left brain needs help. So it's going to be, you're going to be doing the wall sit mostly with your right leg.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to bring this in here, right, so that more of the weight is on this leg. You don't have to go that far down because I'd rather actually have more time.
Okay.
And I'll diagram that on the board why. Okay, and so because of this, we want left brain, right? So at the same time, we're going to also work in the basal ganglia, what's called the subthalamic nucleus. Now, if we do this and you look over, that's cerebellum. Okay. But when we do this, that's subthalamic nucleus, which is the on button of the off button.
Okay.
If it doesn't work, you don't have a brake pedal.
Okay.
Okay. And so holding, like you're burning a hole in that target, whatever the target is, and you can do your own. Go ahead and put your own thumb up. There you go. And holding that target. And then the leg is working Brodmann's area 11 and 12, which is the orbital frontal cortex here. And so you're getting from the front back, and you're getting the actual subthalamic nucleus of the internal or the external part of the basal ganglia. Okay, and so you let me know when you hit fatigue. The more time we can go, the more profound the effect.
Okay.
But we want to when we hit fatigue, we want to stop.
Okay. So no pushing through fatigue.
Correct.
Is there a telltale sign like, oh, you blinked 2 times in a row, or
Just
anything like that? Yeah, I have to blink 2 times in a row.
Any burning, wow, my eyes are getting dry. That's cranial nerve 7. And that.
But it's okay to blink?
Yeah, if it's a natural blink and you don't even notice that you're doing it, but if you feel you have to blink, that's it.
Okay, it's because I'm thinking about it, so I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this. That's what you need for cranial nerve 11 and 12. Okay. So
we haven't even started really talking about cranial nerves 11 and 12. Mostly we work on my 9 and 10.
This is Brodmann's area, 11 and 12.
Okay.
But 11 and 12 is your tongue.
Okay.
So when I had you stick out your tongue, or when I shocked your tongue.
Okay, and when I push my tongue up against the roof of my mouth when I do my exercises. Okay.
Yep, yeah. So if this is left here, and so 11 and 12, this is 10 right here. This is 9. This is 11 and 12. 9, 10. This is where you ponder, where you think, and plan, and where you say, you choose to do something or move or whatever, and then you're sending that back into here. But 11 and 12, when you're developing that circuitry, you're doing so through developing stabilization of your lower extremity.
Okay.
And I was trying to get a girl to learn that. She was 11 years old, and she wouldn't. She push, and then it turned to mush. Push, and it turned to mush. And going, this isn't working. What do I do to make it so she has to hold herself up, or else? And I thought, I can never do a wall sit, because then if she lets go like she's doing, she's on her butt, and so I had her come over. We did a wall sit, and I got a book, and it worked. And so that's the one I used. That was my solution to it. And
clever and simple.
yeah, real easy. And so this is the wall sit, and this is feeding back, off button. Okay, and then this one feeds back, off. And it develops when you're developing the stability of the arm. Plank.
Planks and wall sits.
Yeah, planks and wall sits. And so this is eventually when you're really good, you'll literally just take the other leg and flip it up onto your knee, right? And I had a kid who was 6 years old. He was a wrestler. Literally, I could put a 25-pound plate in his lap, with one leg.
Wow.
He's got one leg, and then with the arm, we start off easy, with not much pressure on it. I'll show you how we do that. But the reason we want time is when you contract something, the system is set up to be on off. That's the basal ganglia. The basal ganglia has an on button, on, off, right? And this one has more stops, so it gets there second. And so this one is going to turn it on, and it's going to be immediately followed by off. That's the basal ganglia system. This is the internal, this is the external. And what is the thing that makes this work? Subthalamic nucleus. Okay.
And how does that work? Is that misfunctioning? Is that what dystonia has a problem
Well,
with?
if you have, let's say you have a stroke and it hits the subthalamic nucleus, you could be laying in your hospital bed like that. But it's not, dystonia has a major component of problem with the subthalamic nucleus. That doesn't mean it's gone, but it's having a serious problem. It can't say no.
Okay.
So, but then on, from the front to back, like I said, 11 and 12 and 9, 12 are coming back. So, but when like I said, when we fire a nerve, it's going to want to shut it down too. But with this is the indirect loop, the direct loop, indirect loop. These are the hyperdirect. Now, hyperdirect is set up where it turns on, but just a little bit, but then big off. Okay? So if I do this, like let's say I'm going to do a plank, and I get out there with the plank, and I go plank and then stop, it's on off. But if I go plank and hold, this is all off. So the longer I go, the more profound I build that off part of the circuitry.
Now we have basal ganglia on both sides of the brain. So if one is like my left hemisphere is bad. So is that one the more necrotic side than my right side? Do they help each other?
Okay, they do help each other, and they do inhibit each other, and inhibiting is helping too, right? So you can have an area that's sick, and we can inhibit it, and it'll get healthy faster. That's that video you gave me. That
neurons
was
growing.
actually an unhealthy cell that the healthy cell reached out. Once it connected, it started firing it, and it gave it neurotrophic factors, but it also caused a consistent firing within its capabilities. And as it did that, it started to become plastic. So, but this is why we hold.
Okay.
Right, that's why wall
Build
sit.
that up.
Yeah, exactly. That's why plank. The longer you go. So I'd rather have less pressure, but with the caveat that when it gets easy, we're going to have to increase the intensity to make a difference.
Okay.
But I would rather have much more time.
Okay.
That makes sense?
All right, plank. What am I doing? Do I have to plank also?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so which arm will you be using?
I need to build up the left, so I have to do the right.
Correct. And so let's put your head down here,
Okay.
feet down there. Let's just get
One arm plank.
we're just going to use this as a target here. Okay.
Yep.
So you're going to slide this way just a little bit with your upper body.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And you're going to let your arm go off.
Oh, okay.
Scoot this way even a little more. Okay.
Okay.
Good. And you're going to turn your head to the target.
Okay.
Okay. So this is basically a wall sit. I'm going to just slightly bend that elbow. No, bend it. There you go. Just a little bit. Feel that?
Mm-hmm.
And increase that intensity. And then keep it on there. See, later, as you'll put more and more of your body off until eventually you'll be, on the floor, and your feet will be apart. And if you get really good, then you can put one arm behind your back while you're doing it. But that's a progression.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, that's going to be some serious core
Yeah.
to hold a plank with one arm.
Yep.
Boy, you have big dreams for me, don't you?
That's the only kind I do. I only want to do the impossible. I've said that many times. When people come and say, "Well," and they'll want me to be involved with something they're doing, and I'll go, "Is it easy?" "Oh yeah." "No, not interested." If it's impossible, count me in.
That is about right. Okay, I'm starting to get
Very good. Perfect.
Yay! That is cool. Okay. My 2 new exercises.
Because those are going to build that capacity to say no to thoughts, to say no to movement, right? The dystonic contractions, that is the no.
Okay.
And so yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Thank you so
exciting.
much.
You bet.
I'll see you.